So, no kettlebell. Been hearing a lot of folks concerned that they don't have a kettlebell to practice with. No kettlebell, no problem. The number one sub for kettlebell, if you don't have something to bell to throw around, is a dumbbell. And number one, because you can do anything with a dumbbell that you do with a kettlebell. Demonstration. So swing is the big one. When we think of swings, we think of kettlebell swings, but it's just a movement. It's just an underhand throw. It's not specific to the tool. So if I take a dumbbell here and I'm going to hold it just like this, both hands are going to be palms facing each other. Both hands are holding. One hand is on the handle, the other one's on the back of the hand to hold it in place, and swings. This is not an insignificant weight. This is a 50, so it's just a little bit shy of a 24 kilo bell, but I can swing it just fine. The kettlebell also subs for cleans and snatches too. You could do all of your training, all of your power training with dumbbells. Doesn't have to be a kettlebell. So if we clean it just up to the shouldered position, I could track my reps just like I would with a kettlebell. I could snatch, we could press. Of course, any of the movements where we're just loading the movement and it's not about the throwing the object around are squats, get-ups, lunges, sumo, sumo squats, any of those things. That it really doesn't matter. You don't need a kettlebell for any of those. The only ones that kettlebells are really great for are the throwing, and they do require more skill to learn. So if you want to get started with something easier, grab a dumbbell, and they're so readily available. Next solution, another modern traditional weight would be a plate. So I have a couple of 45s here. This one has a handle through. You will need some way to pass your hand through the plate and not just in the center hole. But here, plate swings. Movement is the same. And in fact, I can take two plates. So 45 pounds, 2 gives me 90. And I can throw an awful lot of weight around just throwing with my plates. So bonus, you get yourself a couple of plates and you can get yourself a trap bar and have that at your disposal here as well. So all of those readily available, probably all kinds of storerooms full of those, even if your favorite kettlebell source is out. Next option is one that I have down. This is my favorite throwing rock. So I actually keep it inside. I have a number of other ones outside, but this is my favorite. I call him Doug Jr. Doug, the elder, is outside. But rocks make for nice throwing buddies as well. Now, you have to be more mindful about gripping this because there's not a nice handy handle on there, but it will help to teach you the mechanics of the throw and apply them to another object versus just being able to swing a kettlebell. But the same movement. You'll feel that underhand throw, which is really what a kettlebell swing is a whole body underhand throw, throwing the weight up and then catching it in your hips. But instead of having the bell float at the top, you're going to feel the float of the rock. It's going to become weightless for a moment. It might even feel like it wants to come off your hands, and then you re-engage with it on the way back down. So rocks are great buddies, especially I live in New England. All kinds of options for this just out my back door. Every time I want to dig a hole, I have another training buddy. So here's a good one too. A duffel bag or a backpack. I have a 20-pound bag of rice put in here, and I could probably fit some more. Zip that up, grab handles, and now I have another swinging object. Again, no problem if I want to hug it and squat it. Same with any of those other ones. The only thing that's harder to do something like this, yeah, sure, I could come up with a clean. I probably wouldn't snatch it. So those movements, no, but you can one-arm swing them, which is the root of all cleans and snatches. So plenty of options to substitute kettlebell. And not just as like, oh, this is the consolation prize, but really having more objects and having the ability to perform a movement pattern with more different a variety of tools means that your mastery of that pattern is going to make will be a lot more evident and make you able to apply that pattern to other contexts, not just to a specific exercise. So get creative. Lots of options. Oh, I didn't even show this one. This is a weight vest. So you can swing the weight vest, but you can also wear the weight vest and load things in a very different way than all of the other objects that were all just ones that you can only carry with your hands. All right, enjoy.